It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
We just need a pouch.
A pouch?
To put our coins in. Know what I'm saying?
I think so.
We just need a socket to put to plug in our charger. We just need, like the wooden blocks that you put knives in. We need those wooden blocks
for our dicks,
for our Cutco knives. And this is all an analogy for
wieners.
Oh,
man.
Wiener.
This is great.
This is great, dude.
I definitely have something to respond with. I am wiener.
That's your response?
It would have been more natural.
When I say wiener, you say it back. Can you imagine someone chanting but wiener. Not that confident?
Do you remember the Rick and Morty episode?
Which one?
When they're on the Vindicator ship and it's like, please report to conference room, but not the same conference room as from before. It's my first day being the announcer.
Super unconfident.
Sorry, first day jitters.
Dude, I would be that guy. I would be like the pilot of an airplane and be like, welcome, guys.
We're going to be flying from Atlanta to Dallas. Sorry, I mean, New York to... Where are we going, Chad?
Where's this?
Dallas to Fort Worth.
Sorry, guys. I'm real drunk.
I haven't slept in 28 hours.
Yeah, I hope you guys are having fun.
Because I hope you guys take a look out of your right window. That's flight 628, and our pilot just challenged him to a race.
Whoa, look at that.
Buckle up, because we're going to beat these motherfuckers.
I would love to be the rapper that would make those chants but be super unconfident. When I say, Christian, you say, is dope.
So if Greg was...
wow, I did sound like Greg Saleas.
Yeah.
Shout out to Greg Saleas, who was a guest on a past episode.
Who made these beautiful shirts.
He made these beautiful splatted shirts. Baddies.
He splattered on all of them.
Yep. And take that as it is. But however he splatted on it, I know it's eco-friendly, and it turned out no.
I believe it's called upcycling.
Yep. Upcycle. Upcycle and soul cycle, because you got to take care of yourselves too. Welcome to another episode. Soul Cycle is it's the exercise bikes, but for hip moms. It's cool people. I don't know. They're usually in bougie places. All right.
Soul Cycle's like an Orange Theory Fitness, but they only do bicycles.
Yeah. Yes, exactly, right? Yeah. I kind of got it.
You weren't wrong.
They're in bougie locations.
Most of the time,
Most of the time. And a lot of moms go there.
Definitely women-centric, yes, but men are welcome.
Yes, dude, I'd do it. I would do it. Speaking of which...
Spin classes are kind of lame, actually.
Spin classes?
Yeah. That's what Soul Cycle is. It's a spin class.
Yeah. I used to think spin classes
were
completely different. I thought they were like a bunch of twirling. I don't know. There's a lot of different subcategories of that exercise out there.
Fitness is a weird world.
It is. It's a lifestyle, though.
But we're not here to talk about fitness.
No, we're here to talk about fitness in your mouth. I'm sorry. This is very immature of me. We're here to talk about movies.
And now, because I want that joke to work, we have to keep all of the beginning in.
Yes.
Because if we cut any of that out and then all you hear is fitting this dick in my mouth, I can be like, wow, Christian's being really gross.
This is terrible. Let's turn this podcast off.
And unsubscribe, which is what we don't want.
Yes. No. Keep subscribing.
But now that we've have it all in.
Yeah.
Mouth.
We got to stick with it.
See, I can do it too.
Hey, what's up? We are seasoned comedians.
Salty, that's for sure.
For sure. Over-seasoned. What? Someone spilled the pepper on this steak.
Someone spilled the pepper on this steak. You're throwing me for a loop, and we're not even into minute 6 here. I think it's going to be rough for me, bro.
Really? I think, why? Because you get like this whenever the roles are swapped.
Yeah, because I'm not used to it. But you know what?
What?
So is life.
Here, you're right. You know what this is going to be right now, since you're uncomfortable with the dynamic shift right now.
No, I'm just trying to match. I'm trying to match.
Oh, match me, bro.
Put your fist down,
me,
please.
Bro. I'm sorry. Match me, bro.
Kiss me, bro.
Kiss me. Okay.
I feel better.
I feel much better, too.
I feel better.
All right.
So, welcome.
Yes, welcome again to another episode of ICBTB
podcast. The place where even the worst films
can still be good.
My name is Christian.
And my name is Alejandro.
And I am here to talk about a movie.
And I'm Russian as well. I'm here to talk about movie too. This movie, we'll say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Unhinged.
Unhinged, for those of you who need the translation.
Yes.
Was hot off the internet.
Piping hot.
Like, I said this on the end of the Tuesday episode. When this movie ends, it's like getting off a roller coaster.
Yeah. And you are completely valid in that sense.
And you're covered in sweat. At least I was.
Mm-hmm.
And smiling from ear to ear.
Yes.
Yet thoroughly shook.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or as the kids say, shooketh.
I think that's called yeet. Is that? Am I using that word right?
I
was so yeet. I was so yeeted last night. This movie got me so yeet.
Man, dead ass.
I think we're using these right.
I think we're young as fuck, bro.
I actually hate that I'm so out of touch with modern slang. Dude,
remember when we had Drino on the podcast and we had to have both of us were asking for translations for his tweets. That's the difference between us 27-year-olds and a 19-year-old.
I do want to say, though, I was just not understanding what he was... Not like I didn't know what his words were. Once you told me what words he was saying, upon re-listening to the episode, I could understand what he was saying. But, like, in the moment, it just all sounded like one sound. It didn't sound like one word ended and another word started.
Yeah.
Because definitely watching that clip back, I felt super stupid. But I was like, I know I'm not that dumb. Maybe...
Honestly, so funny. Such a funny clip.
I'm glad.
Baddies, for more context, if you haven't seen the episode with Drino, check it out.
Just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. But we did watch Unhinged.
Yeah, we're talking about Unhinged today.
Which stars the gladiator himself.
Jor-El.
Jor-El? Is that what his name is?
He's Superman's dad.
Oh, Russell Crowe is? That's right.
Yeah. He's also... the cop from Nice Guys. Did you ever see that?
With Ryan
fucking
Gosling.
Hilarious.
Love it.
I love that movie.
This goes to show that...
Do we want to play our favorite game? Can we play our favorite game with
I'm not going to last long. I'll tell you that because I don't know many Russell Crowe movies as much as I do others.
Then let's flip it. I'll pull up his filmography.
Yes.
And I'll give you 2 films.
Okay.
You try and guess which one Russell Crowe's in.
Ooh, yes. I like this. Okay. All right. This one's called... Guess the Russell Crowe film when Alex presents 2 and one's not a Russell Crowe film.
Fantastic title. Definitely not clunky at all. Definitely not clunky. Let's begin, shall we? My name's Alex, and I'm quizzing my friend Christian.
People are gonna be like, is this episode their first episode?
Welcome to our first episode. Okay, so right off the top, I'm gonna start off with a movie called The Mummy. And then I'm also going to give you a movie called Australia.
Australia. He was in Australia.
He was not. That was Hugh Jackman and Nicole Kidman. And he was in The Mummy. He played Henry Jekyll.
He's in the original... Wait.
No, the one with Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise's Mummy. You're right. Okay.
Okay. This one's going to be easy for you, man. This one's called The Nice Guys.
Not.
The other one's called Superbad.
For sure, it's Superbad. It's Michael Cera and Russell Crowe, right?
If Russell Crowe was one of the cops in Superbad.
Perfect, actually. Yeah, The Nice Guys. That's my answer.
I'm just going to throw a couple of really good Russell Crowe films at you. You tell me real quick if you've seen it or not.
Okay.
This is a better game. LA Confidential.
He's in that.
Of course, that's not the game we're playing. I'm sorry. Have you seen it or not?
I've not seen it.
You should. LA Confidential is really good. What about you've seen Gladiator?
Yes, of course.
A Beautiful Mind?
No.
3:10 to Yuma?
No.
3:10 to Yuma is my favorite cowboy film. It's truly one of my favorite cowboy films. Christian Bale's also in it.
Wow.
And
it's a remake, yeah?
It is a remake. It is a remake.
Was it an old school one?
Was it a John Wayne movie? Don't
not
quote
a
me on
Clint
that
Eastwood.
No, definitely not an Eastwood. Because Eastwood did spaghetti westerns.
Yeah.
Most of Eastwood's westerns were made in Italy.
Yeah.
Fun fact for you. American Gangster.
He's in that.
That's not the game.
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting the game. I've seen it.
Do you like it?
Wait, American Gangster is the one with Denzel, right?
Mm-hmm. He plays the FBI agent.
Yes, I've seen it.
Les Mis?
I've not.
He doesn't sing very good in that, but neither does Hugh Jackman.
I'm just not attracted to
musicals.
Yeah, to musicals. And
I've been told, for such a man's man as I am, I have a very deep wealth of knowledge when it comes to musicals. And I would much rather watch like a Broadway rendition of Les Mis than watch the movie version. Outside of Anne Hathaway, that's a shitty movie.
Oh, really? I've been told that it's not the best.
Did you see the Noah movie when he was Noah? As in Noah's Ark?
No.
Yeah, dude, he plays Noah.
Is that like a sequel to what's
Bruce
like Jim
Almighty?
Carrey? Yeah, no, that's Evan Almighty.
Synapses.
Coming right.
Well, I haven't done any of the nitty gritty. This whole episode's fucked.
We're going backwards.
Welcome
again.
Unhinged was released in 2020 and has a rating of R. Has a runtime of 1 hour, 30 minutes, or 90 minutes. Has a rating of 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb, a 47% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 40 flat on Metacritic. Mr. Baltazar.
Hi.
What percentage of Google users like this film?
76.
That is correct.
Oh, it is?
That's right on the nose.
Fuck yeah, that hasn't happened in a while. Thank you.
Is your mother cooking bacon downstairs?
Something, dude. Whatever it is, you are more than welcome to have some when we're done recording.
I'm definitely going to have to eat some. Synapses coming at you.
Right at you.
Interesting synapses. This actually is more of like a plug, but whatever. I'm not Google.
Check out Unhinged on Amazon Prime, $19.99.
Unhinged is a 2020 American thriller film directed by Derek Bort from a screenplay by Carl Ellsworth. The film stars Russell Crowe, Karen Pistorius, Gabriel Bateman, Jimmy Simpson, #, and Austin P. McKenzie.
Tells you nothing.
Let me see if I can find a synapse at you.
No, fuck it. You make it up on the spot.
Unhinged.
Yeah.
Is the thriller of the century. Starring the man in his big 4x4 truck.
That's right.
Chasing down the one problem of America. White women. White women in their Volvos. And he's going to teach this woman a lesson. Guys, we know how tough it is being a white cisgender man in America. Take all your anger out.
Look at us.
By watching this film.
Look at my face. I am for sure a white cisgendered
heteronormative man. Yeah. With he, him pronouns.
Yeah. The joke won't work if you don't know how I look. So before I sound
make sure you check out our
wildly
Instagram
offensive,
at
check out our Instagram.
No, but really though, guys, if you have that like shitty white guy angst, this movie is about you.
Basically, dude, it has a sprinkle of Karen in it because she was being a Karen.
Yeah, but she wasn't in the wrong.
No, he did stop. But
he's having a hard day. So this whole movie is about distracted driving. At least 4 people died due to distracted driving.
Absolutely. One mental note that I did take was
never do mascara while you're on the freeway.
That for sure. We'll never do that again. But whenever you see in movies someone is driving and they're either looking back to see something in the back seat or they're looking to the passenger side and they're not looking at the road. Everyone has that same feeling of look at the fucking road because we know in cinema history someone's going to T-bone them or they're going to rear end someone or something's going to happen. This movie is it's basically 1.5 hours of just that.
Of look at the road.
Look at the road. Stop texting. Stop.
Yes, and they set up in the beginning of the film that apparently they just had a bad car accident.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think that's why the kid sits in the back seat because he's afraid of his mom's driving. And they talk about how, like, she got in a distracted driving incident with her phone before, and now she doesn't have a password on her phone.
Yeah.
This movie had a budget of $33 million. Through COVID, how much money do you think it made?
12 point. I don't even think it broke $1 million. I feel like it wasn't heavily promoted enough.
Really?
I'm going to say $380,000.
It made $38.7 million.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the budget again?
$33 million.
Okay, so y'all came up positive.
Yeah. I mean, you got to get... Jimmy Simpson, for those of you who don't know, who won't recognize his name, Jimmy Simpson is a reoccurring character in our films. He's shown up in The Invention of Lying. He's in Westworld. He's in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's in...
Ozark.
Jimmy Simpson is a jack of all trades. One of my favorite actors, hands down. And in this movie... he gets straight up murdered.
With a butter knife. Spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't seen this movie yet,
Watch it because
highly recommend.
People die, and we have to talk about these deaths to get through it.
Stop right here. Go on Amazon Prime, or find whatever website you gotta find it from. We won't tell.
Do it from Amazon, guys.
Yes,
Come on,
but do it from Amazon because this play. Give credit where it's due.
Russell Crowe needs money.
Russell Crowe needs money for hydroxycut because
he's got to lose some weight for this.
That guy is rotund.
Huge. He looks so bad. Like, and we were talking about this. I don't know if this was on air. Is he wearing a fat suit, or do you think he really?
I think that's how he looks like, because there's nothing helpful to the plot for him being fat. Not enough to the point where they need to get him a fat suit. So I just think that's just how Russell Crowe is. And like, who's going to tell Russell Crowe to lose weight? Because have you seen that guy's hands?
Fits the character.
Yes.
Fits the character. I also think this character is very much one of my notes is that this is the most realistic rendition of a serial killer I've ever seen in my life.
Yes. Oh,
I always think to myself, a real life serial killer like BTK or Ed Gein or Ted Bundy, like these people have a moment in their life where suddenly they just say, fuck it, I'm not going to follow rules and society's rules anymore.
Nothing matters. Nothing matters anymore.
We're picking up this movie right when he has that snap.
Yeah.
Right when he makes the decision of like, well, I'm going to do this horrible, heinous act of murdering my ex-wife and her current lover, and then I'm just going to spend the rest of my day knowing that I'm going to have to die.
Yeah.
Knowing that death by cop is really my only way out. But before I go down, I'm taking some more people with me.
Exactly. And if we haven't swayed you enough, Baddies, to watch this movie yet, let's describe the first scene. So it opens up with Russell Crowe, obese Russell Crowe, chilling in his car, in his truck. And he has like a match in his hands. What's the first thing he's doing?
That was so weird. So he's on his phone and like it's 3 a.m.
Yes.
And then he lights a match and lets it burn down to his fingertips.
And feels nothing. Does not even flinch.
That's what it is. It's showing us that he feels nothing.
He feels nothing. He feels no pain or remorse at all.
He then gets out of the car, grabs a gas tank and a fairly big hammer.
And he takes off his wedding ring, throws it into the backseat.
That's right.
What this movie does well, it plants so many seeds. It sets up
so much. Without saying certain things, it explains all of it. And you know what I mean? By letting us know what's going on.
Beautifully done. Beautifully done. And so without wasting time, too.
The show and not tell of this film, I think, is very good. Without having too much exposition, I think the showing of the storyline, I think, was done very well.
Yes.
And to my main point of this film, I don't know a film that builds tension as good as this film. We just got through a month of horror films, and all of the tension building, outside of maybe The Purge, was kind of corny for me.
Yeah.
This movie built the tension. I constantly was building it. It's so good to the point where when you finish the movie, it's like getting off a roller coaster.
This movie was scarier than all of the horror movies that we watched in October.
I agree.
And this is not even
this should
a
have
horror
been
movie.
Yeah.
It's a thriller, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And what's crazy, so he does grab that fucking hammer, breaks down the front door of his ex-wife's house, and the person that answers that comes to the door is
some guy comes in. He just starts beating the fuck out of him with his hammer.
And what I could get from that scene is that was her divorce lawyer that she cheated on him with, or of some sort.
I think that was maybe like her new husband or her new lover or something. I did not get the lawyer thing.
Mm-hmm. Because
but he does say it later when he kills Jimmy.
Yes.
He says something like, oh, is this the
lawyer that you're sleeping with? That's the only reason why I made that connection.
But I think I made that connection just because, like, all throughout the movie, they kind of hint that Jimmy and her are sleeping together.
Yeah. Like,
I got that from his first call. Like, when he calls her in the morning.
Yes.
I got it like, oh, this relationship's more than just being a lawyer.
So Jimmy is the main girl's divorce lawyer.
Jimmy is playing a character named Andy.
Yes.
And he is the divorce lawyer for the main character of this film. Her name is Rachel, played by Karen Pistorius. Mm-hmm. And she is driving her son to school.
Yeah.
And is running late and gets caught behind this truck at a red light that turns green, that then turns back to red. So we've missed the whole light. She honks at him, drives around in a huff that everybody's done a million times.
Yes.
Then at the next red light, he pulls up next to the car.
Terrifying. Tells the son
to roll
who's
down
in the backseat,
the window.
Roll down the... And the thing is, what was so scary is that Russell Crowe had given them that window of opportunity to just apologize so we could leave it in the past. And he was almost charming in how he was doing it. Like with his southern twang.
This is why I didn't like that.
Why?
Because he's not asking you to apologize because he wants you to apologize. He wants you to apologize because now I'm telling you to apologize. Now you apologize. That's why I didn't like it. That's the creepiness, psychopathness of it. Yeah, he's saying, now I've apologized. Now it's your turn to apologize because that's how good people are.
Yeah.
No, man, that's not what that fucking is.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that he's right by any means, but
but it's a form of manipulation. I'm telling you that's what he's doing. I'm telling you that's his tactic of like. Also, I think the scariest part about it is the little flecks of blood he has on his shirt.
Oh, he does have a little bit because he didn't change when he killed ex-lady.
It's the next day, dude.
That's and he's like on the run, man.
So the phone's, he does it at 3 a.m. This happens at 8 a.m. This is 5 hours later. He's been up the whole time.
He's gotten no sleep. He is
thinking.
He's taking so much hydrocodone.
He's taking like multiple different things.
He's like.
But we know hydrocodone for sure.
He's eating it like candy too. Just one right after the other.
I will say though, it was interesting how that. The first time we see him take it, he takes it with some water. The second time he takes it, he has to like shoot it back and take a water. Then the third time we see him take it, now he's just straight up chewing them.
Yep.
Like the digression of how he's trying to take this medicine is again an incredible storytelling of how this man is falling apart from the seams.
Russell Crowe, so good.
Literally, the word that kept coming up in my head. Unhinged. This man is literally unhinged.
Yes.
That's why he's so adamant about getting the apology. That's why he's so adamant about teaching her a lesson. That's why he's so adamant about like fucking with this woman's life.
Would you have said sorry in that situation? Or do you think you would have fallen in the path that this woman went through?
I think I'm probably a Russell Crowe in that situation.
Oh, so
I've had some bad anger issues in the past and I've honked at people and yelled at people for sure.
Have you honked the horn for a long period of time, or do you give courtesy taps? What's your thing?
So, okay.
Because I only
it depends.
Tap.
I do it all. Laying down on the horn for an extended amount of time is something me and my cousin Jeff call the blaster.
Oh, yeah, you're not wrong.
And
that's
sometimes when you give someone the blaster, it almost becomes funny. Right? Like,
why? No, I need to know.
So the first time I gave somebody the blaster was in San Francisco. We're driving down one of those, like, we're driving down a hill, small street. This car stops in the middle of the road to pick up, it was probably an Uber or something, to pick somebody up. And it's this, and not to be a jerk, but like an Asian dad who's, sorry, like being kind of ditzy and like trying to get everybody in the car. And I look at my cousin, I look at the car stopping, and he goes, give him the blaster. And I, for the entire 3 minutes this family was trying to get in the car, we were crying, laughing.
How about the Asian dad? Was he crying, sobbing?
No, he was like the polite, like, oh no, sorry. But like, fuck them. They're blocking traffic for 100 people now. This is a small street. That the driver should have pulled over anyways.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily honking at this dude and his family. I'm honking at the car for stopping traffic.
Yes.
That's the blaster. That's why you get the blaster. Driver gets it.
I'm not never gotten the blaster.
I'll give you the blaster one day. Don't worry, bro.
Oh, yeah, please.
I've never given you the blaster because then the blaster became my joke for a while.
Like, you would just do it to anyone
Pull
that you
up to
knew?
people and start blasting them?
No, that's terrifying. You've never given that to me, no? You just, like...
That was definitely an Irvine thing.
This is your thing. You roll up to me if I don't know, like, you're around or if we run into each other rarely, like, on the freeway.
Which we have.
You'll roll down and you'll be like, yo, fuck you. Or you'll say something like, you'll flip me off and then laugh. Yeah. You'll roll down and you'll tell me to roll down the window. You'll be like, where are you going? And all that stuff. It's a lot more polite. So maybe because we're friends.
Yeah, because I know. But if I didn't know you, I would have no, like, and also, I find bigger cities have more aggressive drivers because the chance of running into that person again is very, very, very slim.
Yes.
As opposed to in Benicia, you're probably going to see these drivers over and over and over again. When I moved back to Benicia, I had a tough time relearning that, people drive slow in the suburbs.
Yeah, dude. When I went to New York for that short period of time, already just taking Ubers in a big city like that,
mistake.
Way more aggressive than even here.
Yeah, well, the Uber drivers in New York suck. They're fucking horrible. Don't take an Uber in New York.
A Lyft?
Take the subway.
Just take the subway?
Or if you really want to get in a car, take a cab. Because at least the cabs have to be certified by knowing New York City.
You're right,
Ubers are just some random buttfuck dude in a Prius.
Well, next time I go to New York and it's clean.
We'll get some pizza. No, well, New York will never be clean.
Yeah, it will always be dirty.
So anyways, Unhinged, laying on the blaster.
Yeah.
She blasts Russell Crowe.
And he's asking for, like, I think what your mother meant was a courtesy tap.
Beep, beep.
Yeah, just one like this.
Courtesy taps, I'll give courtesy taps at, like, red lights that turn green because I don't find blasters necessary at that because generally they're probably just on their phone or they're chewing gum.
It happens.
You know what happens to me a lot is I'm just looking
Yeah,
at,
dude.
like something else.
Sometimes I'll be looking directly at the light and it'll change, and I just won't move because I'm thinking too hard.
Come on. Sometimes I'm looking at the light at the next block.
I've
waiting for
done
that to turn green.
When I was learning how to drive and I was getting my permit, or I had my permit, I was with my dad, and he was like, whoa, stop. And I was like, Dad, it's green. And he was like, no, that one's green. I was like, fuck, I'm stupid.
No wonder you've...
But this gets out of control real fast.
Well, he tells her right off the bat, he's like, do you know what it's like? So here's the part where I did feel for him, where he says to her, I'm having a really rough day today. I'm having a really bad day. Maybe if we could just rewind this 10 minutes and I'll apologize and you'll apologize. We can just pretend like this never happened.
Yeah.
This movie does a couple of things that are very realistic to me, of like in movies where no one ever just kind of says, hey, look, I'm having a bad day. Let's just kind of work. Because if that happened in real life, you would probably be like, you know what, man? Hey, I am too. I'm sorry. And then you guys drive your separate ways and that's it.
Yeah.
But in movies, they never bring that up. But here he does, and then it goes wrong. Just like when she goes to the principal and she shows the principal the phone, and we'll get to this part. But it's always like in movies where you're like, just show them the phone, show them the emails, the text messages of like, they never show the police that. In this movie, they do. And
I love it.
It just finally, it's
It's
realism.
such a realistic take.
For such an outlandish movie, road rage turning into a stalker murderer, which I don't believe actually happens in real life.
No.
Done very realistic. This makes it seem like it happens in real life.
Yes, I like that these characters were written to the top of their intelligence, right?
Yes.
What would we do? Because we constantly, especially in thrillers and horror movies, like, oh, I would have done that. Like, don't go into that dark closet. Of course the killer's going to go there.
Tell them what's happening.
She is trying to think ahead of the killer.
When she's so she drops off her son, she goes to the gas station to go get gas.
Yes.
Well, she's in there getting gas, paying for it. On her way out, she notices that the truck with Russell Crowe in it is parked behind her car now.
Yeah.
And she freezes. And the people in the gas station notice that this woman has just frozen in place. And they ask her, ma'am, is everything okay? Normally in movies, she would say, yeah, everything's fine. Then she gets in the car and gets destroyed. Yes. But no, again, a realistic take. She turns to them and says, no, actually, I think that truck's been following me. And very realistically, both the store clerk and the guy, okay, well, hey, let me walk out there with you. If you're that nervous about it, then again, very realistic. And if he doesn't leave, we'll take down the license plate number. We'll call the police. Yeah. Very realistic.
He walks out, does take down the license plate, remembers it, tells her. And then the clerk, I'm sure, called the cops after all of that went down.
Well, we know for a fact she does because what happens is she leaves and the guy who she walked out of the gas station with confronts Russell Crowe and is like, hey, man, don't bother. It's like, stop. Just cut your losses here. Don't worry about it. Russell Crowe slams on the gas, picks this dude up on the hood of his truck, and drives him into the center of the road where he slams on the brake and he falls off the hood.
Yes.
Then
this guy gets hit. He gets hit by a pedestrian car.
It's not a pedestrian.
Not a pedestrian car. I'm sorry.
But a passing car just slams right into him, and then Russell Crowe turns the truck and starts chasing Rachel.
Yeah.
And we hear later on over a news broadcast or over the radio, I can't remember which one it was, but like that hit and run, they didn't know if that was connected to like the murders at this house that burned down that Russell Crowe was in. Like, so constantly we're hearing the news in the background, and they're constantly like tallying up all of these crimes, but nobody's really putting them together because why would they? There's no reason to assume that this car hit and run has to do with this murder, has to do with this call with the kid on lockdown at school. So like,
it's also unrelated. Yeah.
But until
disconnected,
we find out that it is all the same dude, which is terrifying.
Which is crazy. I mean, and like, so when she parked her car at the gas station, let's back up a little bit. She left her phone in the car. Bring your phone with you.
One of my notes is she does everything wrong at the gas station.
Yeah.
So she leaves her phone in the car. She takes her wallet out, puts her wallet on top of the car. She's like fucking around and shit. Like, I thought that part was very frustrating for me. That's where I thought it was going to go movie route of doing all the frustrating things.
Yes.
Saves it.
Yeah, it makes sense. I guess I get it. She must think she's safe, and she's frazzled still.
Yes,
she just lost a client.
Yep.
Her son
is late for gets detention.
She might lose the house to her ex-husband, so she's frazzled. But he gets the phone, and once again, everything is so smart about this. Uses the phone to track her, but she has the tablet in her car so that she could track him.
Which I will get to that. That was also really dumb. I did not like that part.
Oh, you did not?
Because the hunter becoming the hunted becoming the hunter is like such a weird trope We'll get to it.
Yeah.
So he's chasing her, and she is supposed to be meeting Andy or Jimmy Simpson, her lawyer,
At some diner.
Instead, Russell Crowe goes to that diner instead.
Yeah.
And he sits down. He goes, "Hey, are you Andy?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Hey, I'm a friend of Rachel's. She sent me. She's been having a hell of a day. She sent me here to apologize to you. Sorry, tell you sorry she's late." And then Jimmy's like, "Oh yeah, that's really weird. We're supposed to have a meeting." And he goes, "Hey, if I can get her on the phone, will you buy me a cup of coffee?"
Yeah, and he was like oddly, I'm sure it was odd for sure, but also like very manipulative and charming.
And because Andy had been trying to call Rachel, unbeknownst to him, Rachel's phone is in
Russell Crowe's pocket.
And Russell Crowe calls his phone that he had planted into Rachel. This has got to be so confusing for the audience. I'm so sorry.
No, this is okay. I mean, and let's assume that the listeners have watched this part.
Yes.
Basically, what happens is that it's a shit show.
It's a shit show. There is a... Let's just... I don't know how much to say without it being so... I feel like we've confused the audience.
Like, how much context do we give, right?
Yeah.
Basically, let's just simplify it and let's just say it does become a shit show. Russell Crowe says, "I'm going to kill the people that you love," starting with Andy at the diner.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this fucking kill, dude.
He also tells her... Yeah, so he kills Andy. First, he smashes Andy in the face with a coffee cup.
What a crazy thing to do. What a crazy thing I've never seen before.
Jimmy Simpson takes a punch like nobody's business, bro.
Dude, if it's not only a punch, it's Russell Crowe's fist, which is bigger than this coffee mug, and he smashes it straight into his nose. Andy looks fucked up.
Yeah.
And then he takes his tie and
Starts
smashes choking him, smashes his head against the diner table. And what's the coup de grace to it all, dude?
So this whole time he's on the phone with Rachel. Mm-hmm. And he has it on speakerphone. And he's telling her that he's going to kill Andy. And he grabs a butter knife and stabs Andy right in between his vertebrae and his neck and just murders him in front of everybody in that diner.
Everyone in that diner doing the whole 2020 thing, recording on their phones. Good. But also some brave old man not escaping the diner after that all happens.
It was very brutal. I did think it was interesting when he's leaving and he has Rachel on the phone. He goes, he's like, "Andy," she's screaming. She's like, "Andy, can you hear me? Can you hear me?" And he goes, "Number one, he's already dead." And then he never has a number two. That part bugged me a little bit.
Oh, that's it.
He never had a number two.
Dude, that's
why say number one if there is no number two?
Man, why? I guess he's not really thinking of his like sentence structure if he's just heated, dude.
He definitely just murdered somebody. Then he makes Rachel pick the next murder.
That was a crazy thing. So yeah, because he has Rachel's phone, he just says, "Hey Rachel, I'm gonna hurt someone on this contact list. Let's do a roulette thing. Who do you choose?"
First he picks her ex-husband, then he picks the kid, and then she stops and she goes, "Deborah."
And Deborah's like this client that just fired her.
I do think she picked Deborah's name very quick.
Yeah. Well, like, who has to go? That's not related. Who am I mad at? Who is the most recent person I'm upset with?
He does a Joker-esque twist where instead of going to Deborah's, he instead chooses her brother, Fred.
Yep. And logically, she called the cops to go to Deborah's house, and nothing's happened at Deborah's house.
When he goes up to murder Fred and his fiancée Mary,
oh man,
he makes Fred stab Mary.
Basically.
6 times.
Yes.
That was insane.
Well, yeah, because he was holding the knife toward
Drop the knife,
Russell Crowe. Man, drop the knife. Put it down. Have it in a more...
In a sheath.
But point it to the side. But since it was pointing toward Mary, who Russell Crowe was holding hostage, girl got stabbed 6 times.
Ran into the knife 6 times.
Mm-hmm. Russell Crowe just throwing people around. Really just manhandling everyone in this movie.
He does throw people around quite easily. Yeah. Murders Mary, lights Fred on fire. It's insane.
And once again, every single time he tries to commit a murder, he has Rachel on the phone to hear it all.
That is kind of silly.
It is. He wants
Rachel
revenge.
He wants Rachel to suffer. Mm-hmm. To hear the pain and the screaming and the so he lights Fred on fire and pushes him towards a cop who shoots Russell Crowe in the shoulder as he runs away.
Yeah.
And then we don't find out about Fred until later. That cop comes back. I have such a big bone to pick with that, but we'll get there. I will watch this film with subtitles.
Uh-huh. Oh, you did?
Yeah. And when that cop comes back to talk to Rachel, the first thing, he pulls her aside and says, "I'm so sorry." And then you can't hear the rest of the conversation. And then she comes back to her son and goes, "Fred's alive." Why did he start the conversation with "I'm so sorry"?
It's like a shitty doctor.
He's like, "I'm so sorry. Your brother is alive."
It's the shitty doctor from Family Guy that says, "Mr. Griffin, I had terrible news, blah 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 blah," and it just happens to be good news.
Or it'll be like, "I have good news. We are going to name a disease after you
because you got the disease.
You're the only one with it."
Yeah.
So Russell Crowe's now bleeding and on his way to kill Rachel, and Rachel and her son have this idea to not drive to the police station, but instead drive to Grandma's house.
Yeah, because they had prefaced earlier that Grandma's neighborhood's like a maze.
A spaghetti maze.
Oh, and they
spaghetti maze.
Spaghetti maze. Then they have this strategy that the kid comes up with because it's a Fortnite. It's a Fortnite strategy.
Which is also the worst Fortnite strategy. It's actually what his Fortnite strategy is, just how to play Fortnite.
Yeah. Oh, no, that kid is getting fucking bashed in Fortnite. That's why he's upset. He doesn't care about detention. Nope. He doesn't care about his parents' divorce. This guy's just getting fucking owned in Fortnite.
His mom does promise him a Butterfinger's Blizzard after school.
That sounded good.
And when she has to like rush him out of school, clearly like the school's on lockdown and something's wrong. His mom's covered in sweat. As she's pushing him into the car, he goes, "Did you remember my Butterfinger Blizzard?"
Like, dude, can't you tell?
Read the room, bro.
Read the room.
Read the room, bro.
Yeah. Can't you get the signal that there's something wrong?
Very, very wrong.
She's stressed the fuck out. She didn't get you your Butterfinger Blizzard.
Where's there a Dairy Queen around here?
Vallejo, I think.
Yes. We should go.
That or get a Rolo McFlurry from McDonald's.
Or a Route 66 from Sonic.
I'm down for it all, man. On my next cheat day. On my next cheat day. On my next cheat day,
cheat.
I'm definitely saying cheat.
I am exhausted, so I'm surprised I'm still awake right now. Did he kill Rosie to steal the minivan?
Who's Rosie?
Rosie was the
neighbor.
The neighbor across the street whose minivan he's driving later. We're left to assume that he murders Rosie.
I would think that. But that guy, like I said, large hands, could easily break into that car. Oh, but he needs the keys. So I had read a body count of 7 in this film. I think it's more than that. Do you want to try and count the kills? All right.
So ex-wife, lover.
Yes, that's 2.
Then the next murder we see is a hit and run at the gas station.
Yeah, the dude.
Next is Mary.
Okay, we'll assume Mary.
Well, Mary's definitely dead.
Yeah, she has to be.
Because Fred lives. So Fred's not the next one.
And we're not even counting all of the car crashes.
The car crashes! Oh my God. The fact that... now we can jump to the end of the movie because I have the cop who starts his conversation with "I'm so sorry, your brother's alive." Also lets them leave because they've already gotten a statement from them, which is fucking bonkers because this woman is definitely like the reason for multiple deaths. Like if she's not murdering them, she's at least getting manslaughter.
There's something for her bad driving.
They just straight up let her leave the scene of a crime.
You're fine. This was all in self-defense.
Do you remember the Rick and Morty episode where the Meeseeks... And then when Jerry and Beth get out of the refrigerator, they're like, "We'll take our food to go." And then the manager's like, "Actually, we have a bunch of questions for you. You're not going anywhere." That's what should have happened right here.
Yeah.
Because the fact that they let her and her son walk away just because they already gave their statements is insane. The ambulance, the EMT alone would not have let her leave.
The police saying, "Okay, you can go. I'm glad you two are safe, but we have 47 dead on Highway 50."
Yep. And like a murder here in this building. We've just caught this man who's been unhinged on a rampage.
Mm-hmm. There are so many car flips and car chases in this movie. If I didn't know what the title of it was, I would think it would be another sequel to Fast and Furious.
Or like Speed.
Yes.
Speed.
Yes,
Speed
definitely. So many fucking cars just flipped, destroyed. The police car.
That got obliterated by the cement truck.
Yeah.
So the cement truck, that was, or the girl who's doing mascara when she hit the barrels.
Yeah.
You like see a body come out of the windshield.
Yeah. Oh, she's fucked up. She ain't putting on mascara anymore after that.
I always think it's really interesting when movies like make a point to make car crashes very realistic, like where you like see the person in the car.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times car crashes are just like they have like the windows tinted and it's just like, whoa, that was like an X-Men or something in a Marvel movie, right?
Where you don't want to see the people die.
But in this movie, you like straight up see her like break out of the windshield, bro.
I think they're trying very hard to send a message here. Like
don't text and drive.
Don't text and drive. Don't do blasters.
Don't do blasters. Distracted driving is the enemy of this film.
I think the mantra for this film, there's a slogan on the movie poster, is "This can happen to you."
You want to know what it is, actually?
What?
He can happen to anyone.
He can happen to anyone?
Unhinged.
Dude, I mean,
that's actually a little bit creepier.
Yeah, dude.
He can happen to anyone.
Oh,
I do
beautiful.
think about like some of the crazy people I've gotten like in some shouting matches with on the road. But again, like I'll never see them again, so who knows?
Yeah. But that's what she thought. She thought, okay, I lost this guy.
What kind of fucked up streets in that city did she live? It was filmed in New Orleans, but we don't actually know what city she's living in. Those are some fucked up roads that she was driving on. Like every road was backed up.
Yeah.
Every road was 3 lanes, completely jam packed. Like
They got to raise the tax money there so that they can put into the streets because the streets ain't clean. She called the highway a parking lot.
yeah, what is it? Los Angeles?
Yeah, basically.
What is it? The 405?
Basically, Rachel needs to get her shit together. She needs to wake up earlier. She needs to...
She needs to set an alarm.
Yeah.
She needs to get her shit together. Okay, she's going through a divorce.
Yes.
She's losing clients by the buttload. Her son is already questioning her sanity and her parental like guidance that she's given him. She needs to get her fucking shit together. She shouldn't have let her brother move into that house. She needs to man up and tell him to move out and get his own place. She needs to set alarms on her phone. She needs to stop fucking her lawyer, and she needs to get what's fucking hers.
I don't think she fucked the lawyer yet. They're just best friends. And maybe... I mean, then they were getting pancakes. Pancakes isn't usually...
Pancake therapy. She's like, ooh, I could use some pancake therapy.
Man, she wasn't sweet talking right there. Maybe.
I think she was banging Jimmy Simpson.
It's possible. We'll never know because he has a butter knife stuck into his third vertebrae.
Yeah, straight in, bro.
Straight in there, dude. Crazy movie. As you can tell,
Crazy
Baddies,
podcast that we just did.
we are livid. It is a
Confused?
hours. You watched this yesterday. I watched this earlier today. I'm still jittery from like how crazy this movie was. I was working out during this movie, and it got me like...
Yeah, your heart rate's through the roof.
Yes.
I was watching it, and it was making my heart rate go through the roof as well.
It's stressful. I was doing the typical thing that I do whenever I watch a horror movie.
The stair climber?
It's not. I was walking up a mountain while holding my laptop because it gets my steps in.
I like doing the step climber and being like, I'm going to climb the Eiffel Tower today.
Guys, I climbed the Eiffel Tower. Oh, wee.
Anyways, how did you do it?
So basically, what was I saying?
You watched it while you were working out.
I watched it while I was working out. Oh, the thing is, I would plug my ears. Whenever I watch something scary, it's not the visuals that freak me the fuck
sounds,
out.
yeah.
It's the sound. And I was terrified that he would pop up from like
you thought it was going to be a jump scare film.
Yes, which it was many times.
Jump scare?
With like the car crashes and like him just being right there.
Those are very intense. Yes.
Yeah, man.
I will say it is a little visually disgusting when she finally does kill him.
Yeah.
With the candy cane scissors that were set up in the beginning, much like that I thought the watch thing would come back in Brightburn.
Yes.
Just as throwaway as the scissors in the beginning.
Yeah, the scissors. I didn't know that was for anything. I thought they were just fleshing out the characters.
But see why I pay attention to things?
Yeah, dude, it's the little things that'll come back full circle at the end.
I was super mad when she's digging through her car and she finds those scissors. I was like, no way. She's gonna be saved by these candy cane scissors. I can't believe this.
And the kid, he was hiding in the attic when they go to the grandma's house.
There's an Anne Frank room in the grandma's house.
Yeah.
And he doesn't just like shut the fuck up.
No, when he was up there, you see a bunch of what are the pokers? The fire pokers?
Fireplace tools.
The fireplace tools right next to him, and I was like, oh, he might use that as a weapon.
And I saw that and I said, he's gonna knock that shit over.
He knocked that shit over. This kid with the big booty hit it with his hip. Don't cancel me. He hit it with his hip, and Russell Crowe, bunk, 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 going upstairs.
Russell Crowe curb stomping Rachel into the closet.
Oh shit!
Should have killed her.
Yeah, this man is huge.
He laid 3 huge stomps to what I assume is her head.
His shadow alone will crush a person.
Brutal, bro. And then she's like jumping on his back trying to choke him. He would have murdered both of those kids. This film should have been like a 3-4 hour film of just him having like 2 days in a row like this.
Yeah. Oh, just like a killing spree?
It's like he's new Mike Myers. He's going to haunt my dreams, actually.
Russell Crowe?
This Russell Crowe will actually haunt my dreams.
Cure it by watching Gladiator. Cure it by watching The Nice Guys. And so...
Yeah, but this man, this unhinged psychopath who's going to kick down my front door with a hammer is going to haunt my dreams.
He's my best person on set.
Really?
Russell Crowe is my best person on set.
I thoroughly agree, but I have such a deep affinity for Jimmy Simpson.
Mm-hmm. He's solid. I wish they gave him more time.
But he does the absolute most with the smallest amount of screen time.
Yeah.
He's my favorite part of the invention of lying, and he has a screen time on a screen in a screen. He's not even like in the movie. He's in the movie's movie.
For about 2 minutes. That's it.
46 seconds.
That's all. It's very short. Okay. Yeah, no, that's a solid person to give the award to. I have to give it to Russell Crowe because
and I don't disagree.
He's hitting so many parts of his wheelhouse.
I'm really bummed out the fact that people are going to write this off as a dumb, stupid movie and not see his incredible acting in this film.
Watch it. Even the plot is wild, but like we said at the beginning of this episode, there is so much setup and like character development.
It is super fucking intense, and I will say this: it's super fucking intense. I could not help but laugh. There were some times that were like so I couldn't handle how intense it was. I just like had to laugh to try and like.
It was a nervous laugh,
and also some like full-hearted guttural laughs, like the Butterfinger line. There were some funny lines in this film.
Yeah.
But the laughs don't break the tension. The laughs are there to try and break the tension, and they don't.
You get maybe like 30 seconds at a time, like a pocket of relief when they just get away, but the tension comes back quick.
Right there.
I'm
giving this a 5 out of 5.
Same. 5 out of 5. It can be that good.
In fact, I tweeted right after watching this movie. An ad for it was on my Twitter. I retweeted it. You got to see this film, guys.
You got to see it. I want to push that Russell Crowe from this movie should be a character in the next Mortal Kombat because his fatality would be
with that hammer.
Either with he has so many options. Either with the hammer or the fatality would be him in his truck just run over the person.
That would be great.
That would be insane.
Or he tapes to a chair and lights on fire.
Yeah, I guess. Any of those, dude. Any of his kills.
He makes you hold a knife.
Oh, and then you get stabbed. What a crazy death. Baddies, if you made it...
the fuck out of that girl.
Man, he destroyed... Yeah, her face was bloodied up. Baddies, check out this movie. It's on Amazon.
And I think on November 17th, it's on every other platform as well.
Yeah, so if you want to wait a little bit, check it out there. But yes, 5 out of 5. Russell Crowe and Jimmy Simpson doing the most.
It's incredible. I agree.
Yes, and I agree as well. This is a lesson to not text when you're driving.
Don't put on mascara while you're driving. Don't eat while you're driving.
Don't blast anyone when you're driving.
Don't smoke pot, drink booze, or smoke crack while you're driving.
Don't roll down the window to talk to a mysterious, big, rotund person while driving.
Don't roll down your windows to holler at some honeys because that's really uncouth now.
Yes, have your phone away when you're driving.
Set your podcast to play and put it away.
Yeah, that's all. That's all you got to do. Get one of those magnetic things, magnetic stands that you put on the dash. And then you could listen to whatever you want.
And your phone's still in view.
Guys.
Bluetooth
exists.
For a reason.
Speakerphone. If you have to exist, everyone in this movie putting it up to their ears like it's
That's
1996.
True. And also it was a flip phone like it was 1996 as well.
Yes.
That was really... Where did he find that flip phone?
No clue. Maybe since he's going through a very expensive divorce, that's all he could afford at the time.
That just adds to how unhinged he is. He's so fucking out of touch with modern days. He still has a flip phone.
I don't want an iPhone. Why do I need 3 cameras?
Although he did know how to use that iPhone very well.
Yeah, he was using the Find My iPhone app to find their tablet, the tracker, man. So I don't know. He's both very primitive, barbaric, but also of the times sometimes.
Russell Crowe.
That
should be his tagline. Kind of out of date, but also of the times.
Also of the times. Russell Crowe, if you listen to this, we want you on the pod.
I just want you.
Honestly?
He's Australian too.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
He's an Aussie. Aussie.
Oh, my name's Russell Crowe, mate. Let's end it there.
Yeah, I think we should.
Let's end it there, man.
We should. Baddies, you know where to follow us.
Yeah.
At ICBTB Podcast.
Yep, ICBTB.com.
Call me _Jesus.
And Christian has asthma.
And don't forget to vote.
Yeah, do it.
This is the week to do it.
Actually, yeah, this comes out.
This is going to be voting week, guys.
Okay, bye-bye.
Kanye.
That bad.